Alright, let's go ahead and get started. For step 1, all you're going to need is your yarn and a crochet hook. You're just going to start by tying the yarn onto the hook. I always prefer using a double knot because I notice that does not come undone, and I'm really worried about it coming undone. But anything that you've used that's worked in the past, it'll work fine here. And then all you're going to do is you're going to yarn over your hook twice and then go ahead and pull through both of those loops. And you're going to repeat this step for 50 stitches. Once you've finished your chain, it should look something like this. It should be long enough that when you fold it over, it'll still have some room. So that way when you add on rows later, it's not going to get too small and you'll have room to fold it in half. Now it's time to add on from there, so it's time for step 2. All you're going to do is you're going to single crochet one full row. So to single crochet, you don't even have to loop over. All you're going to do is you're going to take the yarn that's already on the hook. You're going to place the hook through one of the bottom stitches in order, and you're going to pull that through, and then you're going to pull through both of those top stitches. So there should be 2 stitches on each row by the time you pull through. So again, you're just going to place the hook through the bottom, you're going to grab the yarn with your hook, and then pull through those top stitches. One more time, all you're going to do is place that hook through the bottom loop, pull the yarn over, and then pull through both of those bottom stitches. And you're going to go ahead and repeat this process till you get to the very end of that row. Now that you've finished step 2, it should look a little bit something like this. And now you're going to get ready to do a row of double crochet. So you're just going to go ahead and pull out some more yarn so that way it's not too tight. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to flip your work over. And then to get started, all you're going to do is you're going to wrap that. You're going to loop over once, and then you're going to place the hook into one of those top little loops. And you're going to go ahead and pull through the first 2, yarn over, and then pull through the last 2. So again, you're just going to go ahead and loop over, place your hook in your yarn, wrap the yarn around your hook, pull through, and then you're going to loop over those first 2 and then pull through those last 2. And one more time, you're just going to go ahead and place the yarn over the hook, put the yarn through, pull through, you're going to loop over, pull through those first 2, yarn over again, and then pull through the last 2. And you're going to go ahead and repeat this step the same way that you did with step 2 until you get to the very end. Now that you've finished step 3, it should look something like this, and now you're ready to move on to step 4. So all you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and flip your work over again, and you're going to go ahead and repeat steps 2 and 3. So you're going to add on from there, and you're going to do 1 full row of single crochet, and then you're going to do 1 full row of double crochet. Once you've finished completing 1 full row of single crochet and 1 more double crochet row, you should have 4 whole rows plus the chain. So now you're going to go ahead and you're going to cut off the yarn, and then you're going to want to tie it together just so the work doesn't come undone. Again, I just always tie it into a knot because that's what works for me. I do want to mention though that before you cut your yarn, make sure you leave a little bit of a tail, so that way when you're weaving it in, you have enough space to do that. Now that you've finished step 5, you're ready to move on to step 6. So for this step, you're going to want to use your yarn needle, and you're just going to weave those 2 ends together. So I went ahead and I turned mine right side out, and you're going to place the yarn needle through that yarn end. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pick up your project and you're going to go ahead and sandwich it so both the ends are facing each other. And then you're going to go ahead and place those 2 ends together, and you're going to take your hook and you're going to go ahead and place it through 2 of the outside loops to go ahead and attach them, and you're going to pull that yarn through. And then you're going to repeat this step with the next stitch over, and you're going to put your yarn through and then pull through it. And I only did it twice. You can do it however many times you want, but this for me has always seemed very secure. And then I went ahead again and I just double knotted that. Once you've tied both of the ends together, it should look something almost like a little bracelet. So you'll just have this small little like circular shape. Now is when the bow shape's really gonna start to come together. So what you're gonna do is, if your tail was long enough from that yarn, you can go ahead and you're gonna tie it over. If not, go ahead and tie another piece of yarn to the back where you just weaved everything together. And you're just gonna take that yarn and you're gonna go ahead and wrap it over the front. And then I went ahead and did that a couple more times, just all the way around, do a full 360, and wrap it together. And then you're gonna meet in the very back again. And with those two ends of your yarn, you're just gonna go ahead and tie those together. And you're gonna wanna pull it really, really tight because that's gonna make the bow shape. Now that you've tied your bow together, you're gonna, if you want, you can go ahead and puff it up. I think it looks really cute this way. You just kind of like pull both ends. And now you have your puffy little bow. And now what you're gonna do is you're getting ready for the next step, which is to make like the little bottom ties, I guess they would be called, for your bow. On this step, I just went ahead and snipped the ends. It's up to you if you'd like to weave your ends in, go ahead. I'm lazy, so I don't do it. And now you're just gonna go ahead and you're gonna just set it to the side for later. Now that you've made it to step 8, you're just gonna go ahead and repeat the same step that was in step 1, which is just making a chain, except instead of 50 stitches, you're gonna make 25. So again, I just went ahead and I knotted the loop onto the crochet hook, and then you're just gonna go ahead and you're gonna repeat the same process as a step 1, and you're just gonna yarn over twice and then pull through until you have 25 stitches. Now that you've made your chain of 25 stitches, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna make single crochet stitches into each of those little loops. Again, to single crochet, all you're gonna do is you're gonna place your yarn hook into a bottom loop, you're gonna yarn over, and you're gonna pull through those 2 loops. So you're gonna go ahead and place that hook into your yarn over on that hook, and then you're gonna pull through those 2 loops. And you're gonna repeat this process until you get to the very end. Once you have your chain and your single crochet stitches all complete, now you're ready to tie it off. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna cut off your yarn, again leaving a little bit of a tail. Once you've done that, you're gonna go ahead and repeat the step of just adding a little knot, again just so it doesn't come undone. And then you're gonna go ahead after this step and you're gonna go ahead and grab your yarn needle again, and you're gonna wanna weave in those ends. Now that you have your 2 pieces, you're gonna go ahead and place that one long string into almost like an upside down horseshoe shape. And then you're just gonna go ahead and you're gonna align that top of the bow onto that. Using your yarn and your yarn needle, you're gonna go ahead and thread the yarn onto the needle. And then you're just gonna go ahead and you're gonna attach those 2 pieces. So in order to attach those 2 pieces, you're gonna wanna go ahead and loop through the middle of the bottom of the like upside down U shape. After you've yarned through that bottom of the U shape, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna pick up that top of the bow, and you're gonna do the same thing while the U shape is still attached to that. So you're just gonna go through and you're gonna go through both layers. And you're gonna wanna make it so that it's close to the middle. Then you're gonna pull through, and then you're gonna go through the other side, and you're gonna go ahead and pull through both of those, making sure that you attach that front of the bow and then the back of the U shape to that. After you've pulled the yarn through, you're going to want to make sure that they're both lined up. If not, you can go ahead and just pull that yarn out and you can go ahead and realign them. And then all you're going to do is you're going to snip that piece off and you're going to go ahead and double knot it again. Once you've weaved those 2 together and tied off those ends, all you're going to do is you're going to snip those off, or you can weave them in, and then you've made a bow. And now you can go ahead and attach it to anything that you want, or you can use it as decoration.